Welcome in, you guys. Alrighty, today we are going to be doing GED math, okay? So if you know anybody that has been struggling to pass the GED, we're going to be doing the algebra part today, okay? For that test. So let's start with evaluating, okay? So whenever you see this word evaluating, just remember that means plug in. So it says find the value of this expression, and then it says when x equals -5, okay, so I'm going to put -5 here, and then y equals -7, okay, and then z equals 4. So we're going to start with, okay, the most important. Don't forget this sign, okay? A lot of people forget that sign. So it's a negative parenthesis. Thank you for the hearts. And then we're going to plug in -5 for the x. So I'm plugging in. So I'm replacing it with -5, okay? Plus my y is a -7, okay? Close parenthesis. And then plus, okay, so we're going to do a plus. Let me keep my colors right. So plus, then we have the 3, okay, parenthesis. And then this is 2z. So we have 2 times. Remember, whenever you have a number attached to a variable, you guys, that's multiplication. So you want to do 2 parentheses. Your z is 4. So we're going to plug in 4. Okay. Close parenthesis. And then we have the minus from here. Your y, which is -7. Okay. And then we're going to close parenthesis. So I want everybody to understand we plugged in the -5 wherever we saw an x. We plugged in the y wherever we saw a -7. Okay, so we saw y, and we have 2 negatives here because the minus from here, and so that's 2 negatives, and then we plugged in. So I hope everybody's following, okay? Thank you for the follows, you guys. So now we have to go back to basic algebra, like order of operations, okay? So what order of operations says, we always start with inside our parentheses. So we have 2 times 4. Okay, so I'm going to drop down. So I'm going to drop down this 3, parentheses. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay. And then a negative and a negative, whenever you see a double negative like this, you guys, remember you're going to change this to a plus. So we put +7. Okay, drop down this plus. Then we have a negative, and then we're going to drop down these. -5 plus a -7, okay? Now what we're going to do next is we have something in these parentheses. So we're going to combine this, and we're going to combine these. So can you guys tell me, what is -5 plus a -7? Does anybody know? Welcome, everyone. Welcome in. We are doing GED math. Yes, this is for people that are trying to get their high school diploma. 24. Okay, Fawn said 24 plus 21. Oh, Michelle said you needed this. Oh, man. -12. Good. So we're going to drop down this negative here. And then perfect, you guys. You guys said -12. Okay, plus. Then we're going to drop down our 3. And then 8 plus 7 is 15. Okay. And then now we're here. Okay. So remember, this is a -1. Okay. You could put the little -1. So negative times a negative gives us a +12 plus, and then what is 3 times 15? Can you guys put that in the calculator for me? Thank you for the follows, you guys. And the hearts, I really appreciate it. Double positive 57. So let's see. 3 times 15 gets us 45. HY 3. Yes, it is 45. Okay. 3 times 15. And then we just add these 15 or 45 plus 12 gets us 57. And if you guys were saying 57 in the comments is your answer, great job. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Fractions scare you? Oh, yeah. Don't let the fractions scare you. They're just like a regular old number, okay? Math is your... Hopefully you get it a little bit more, okay, with me explaining it. So now let's check out number 2, you guys. Okay, so it says, what is the value of the expression? So they give us this nightmare, right? It's like, oh, it looks kind of scary. When x equals 5 and y equals 4. As soon as you see this word evaluating, remember this means plug in, okay? So I'm going to plug in 5 wherever I see an x. So I see 1x here. So I'm going to do 5 squared, okay? Then I'm going to drop down everything else. Minus 7, parenthesis 3, minus. And then what do they want me to plug in for y? I see a 4 here. So I'm going to plug in 4 for y. Close it. And then it's plus 4. Okay. So now this goes to order of operations. So remember, we always start within our parentheses first. Okay. So we're going to do 3 minus 4, which is a -1. Here we have, and then we're going to drop down everything else. So plus 4 minus 7. And then what is 5 squared? What do you guys think 5 squared is? Thank you for the follows and the hearts. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the roses. 25, Adele and Not Philly, thank you. Yes, 25. Creator Funds, I see you. Are you? Yes, 25. Great job, you guys. So it is. I'm glad no one in this chat said 10, because a lot of people look at this as 5 times 2, but no. This means 5 times 5, and you guys did it great. Wonderful. Good job. So now we're going to go here. Okay, so now we're going to times, because remember, these parentheses mean multiply. So a -7 times a -1 is plus 7. Then we're going to drop down this 4 and the 25. And now we can work. So now we can just add that up. So 25 plus 7 plus 4 gives us 36. And this is our answer. Aw, thank you for that comment. I already taught you more. Aw, thank you. And Jess, I did see D. Welcome, D. Thank you for joining me. I will get back to you with the time, okay, on the tutoring. Okay, so sorry, I just got home, but I will get back to you. So now let's try these. Okay, let's try this one. So again, it says, if x equals -2 and y equals 8, what is the value of, and we have this expression, okay? So now let's do our plug-in. So we're going to plug in a -2 for x. So only having one x. So I'm going to do -2. And you guys, this is super important. Make sure you put parentheses around this when you're plugging it in, because if you don't, it's going to mess up your answer, okay? So it's going to be plus, and then we're going to plug in. We're going to use pink to plug in. So hopefully some colors make people understand. You're going to plug in 8 for y. So we put 8 here. Minus 6. Okay, so I'm going to minus 6. And then parenthesis, I have another y. So I put 8 in for y. Okay, because we're evaluating, which just means plug in. And then that's that. Okay, so where should we start? Okay, I see Ways said 8. Good. Okay, so where should we start? Oh, thank you, Mommy 760. Thank you. Oh, you need help understanding the pi? Join me tomorrow on Tuesday. That's when I'm going to start going over trig. So if anybody's in here that's doing trig, I'm hitting trig tomorrow, going live with that. Okay, so Mandy said 11. Good. So Mandy said we're going to add this first, okay? So we're going to get -6, and then 8 plus 3 is 11. Perfect. Thank you for the roses. So now we can do, so I'm going to drop down everything else. -2 squared plus 8. All right, so good. Stava said PEMDAS. So now we should jump to, Juicy said that too, -2 squared. So good. So -2 squared is -2 times a -2 gets us our 4. This is called an exponent, okay? So now we have 4 plus 8 minus 6 times 11. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, so now we're going to go here for the multiplication. So negative 6 times 11 is negative 66. And then I'm going to drop down my 4 plus 8. And then, okay, so people are saying negative 66. Okay, positive. Okay, let's see what we actually get. All right, good, you guys. You guys are doing this. So what is our answer? Jason said negative 54. So 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 minus 66. So 12 minus 66 gives us negative 54. Excellent. And that is our answer. Good, good. Thank you for the follows and the hearts, you guys. I really appreciate it. Good. All right. Let's check out this monster of a problem, right? We have this huge division sign. Okay, so remember this is a division sign. And we have 3 numbers to plug in this time. So I'm going to make my x's pink. So I'm going to plug in negative 3 for x. So I'm going to put negative 3. Okay. Then I'm going to put parenthesis. I'm going to drop down this 25 plus 2 times. So remember, this means times. Whenever you see a number next to a variable, that's multiplication, okay? So we're going to do 2 times our x, which is negative 3, minus my y, which I'm going to make green this time. So green, I'm plugging in 4 for y. Okay. Then I'm going to close my parenthesis, and this is all over a negative z. This is what messes people up, because they just think they just have to write negative 1, but they forget the negative down here. So please, please, whenever you're plugging in, use those parentheses so that it doesn't, so you don't lose one of your negatives, okay? Because that makes a difference. All right, so now let's keep it going. So where should we start, you guys? You guys, I am geeking out right now because it is it shows 5.0K people on mine. And I'm just thankful you guys are rocking with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. This is the most. I'm going to take a screenshot. Sorry, I'm like totally geeking out right now. I hope this is helping somebody. I hope you're really getting it. And so thank you, thank you. All right, so where do you guys want? So we're going to start good. Some people said within the parentheses. And thank you. Whoever said 2 negative 3, that's perfect, because we're going to use this multiplication. So we're going to drop down the negative 3. I'm going to drop down the 25. And then 2 times a negative 3, be careful here, is a negative 6. Okay, we're going to drop down the minus 4. Thank you so much for the likes, you guys, and the roses. Thank you, Jocelyn. Okay, and then I'm going to drop this down. And we can do this, okay, because a negative times a negative changes to a positive 1, okay? So that takes care of that. Thank you, Jessica, for the roses. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do this whole thing in here. So 25 minus 6 minus 4 gives us, minus 4 gives us 15. So 25 minus 6 minus 4 is 15. So we get negative 3 times 15. And that's all over 1. And then, so what is our answer, you guys? What is negative 3 times 15? Thank you for the roses and the follows. I really appreciate it. Good. Okay, so I saw negative 45. Perfect. Oh, you need help with the nursing? Okay. I am looking into doing, thank you so much for the roses. I am looking into doing the math part to the nursing, like the calculations. I'm going to start doing some videos on that, because I know there's like a huge shortage for math calculations in nursing. So if you need help with that, stay tuned. Start looking on this page, because that's what I want to start helping nurses with, is those calculations, the math. All right, you guys. Yep, this is the GRE. Oh, you need that? Okay. So now we're going to start doing multiplying, okay? So we're going to multiply binomials. Okay, you need help with the GRE? Okay. Can you do geometry? Yes. So you guys, I am currently a math teacher, and I am teaching Algebra 1 and geometry this year. Okay, so that's what I'm teaching this year. So yes, I do geometry. And we're doing trig right now in my class, or we just had a test on trig. We're about to jump to circles. Thank you for the roses. All right, so let's jump into this first problem. So there's like 3 different ways you can multiply binomials. You can use FOIL, okay, or you can use distributive property, and you can use the table method. Okay, so can I get some votes? Which way do you guys want to see this done? The FOIL, distributive, or table? Let's put it in the chat. The GED test is for people trying to get their high school diploma. Oh, thank you for the beaver. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of distributes. I see a couple of foils. Okay, good. I'm seeing a lot of distribute. Okay, so let's do distribute's my favorite. That's why. So I'm gonna do distribute, which is kind of like foil, you guys. Thank you for the roses. So first, you first take this first x. Okay, so you take this x, you write it. Then you take. I'm gonna highlight. You have to write this thing in green 2 times. So it goes x, then we drop this down, x plus 5, okay? And you close it. Now you're going to take this second part, which is this, okay? You're going to take the second part of the first binomial, so you're going to write -3, and then you write this part again another time, x plus 5, okay? And then we just distribute. So we're going to go here times here. So x times x is x to the second power, okay, or x squared. And then x times 5, you just put the letter and number together, plus 5x. Perfect. All right, can you guys show me this? Can you guys distribute this for me in the comments? Oh, I'm freezing. Oh, no. Hopefully I'm back better. Thank you for the follows, you guys. So how do we distribute this? Good. Oh, okay, good. Somebody said -3x. They put the whole thing. I love it. -3x, and then -3 times a positive 5. Just do negative times a positive is a negative, and then 3 times 5 is 15, okay? Now we have to do one more step. Thank you for the roses and the follows. So we have some like terms here in the middle, okay? Whenever you do this, you will always have like terms most of the time. I shouldn't say always, but most of the time you'll have them when they're different numbers like this, okay? You'll have something in the middle here. So if we drop this down, we're going to have x squared, and then 5x minus 3x is a plus 2x. And then drop down our -15. And this is our beautiful trinomial, okay? Remember, trinomial just means 3 terms. So this is the first term, the second term, and the third term, okay? After we practice multiplying, we're going to take this and go back to this, which is called factoring, okay? So that's what we're headed to right now. We're going to be factoring pretty soon, okay? So now let's try this one. Okay, so let's try this one. We're going to use, I saw a lot of people do FOIL. So let's try FOIL, okay? So I think this is our first, okay? So that stands for the F. So x times x gives us x squared, okay? Then we do our outers. So our outers would be here and here, okay? So 4 times x gives us plus 4x. And then the I stands for our inners. So these are our most inners right here. So I hope the color coding is helping people, okay? So these are the inners. So I'm doing x times a negative 1, which is a negative 1x, okay? And then we do our last, which is here and here, okay? So we're going to do negative 1 times 4, which is a negative 4, okay? Redo, please. Okay, so I will try FOIL again or distributed properly on this one, okay? Because FOIL doesn't always work for everybody. They can't really see the pattern, but distributive property, I think, connects more with people from my experience from teaching. So then we're going to do this. So hold on, whoever said do it again, please. We're going to do this one with distributing property up here, okay? So hold tight. So we're going to have x squared. And then we combine these two. So 4x minus 1x is plus 3x. Drop down our negative 4. And remember, this is where we stop. We have no longer like terms because a x2 is different from a single x. Those are not like terms, so that's it. Okay? Okay, yeah, FOIL, some people are lost. That's what I'm saying, yes. The box method, or I call it the table method. Some people call it the box method. I love that as well. Yes, math can be hard if you get somebody that doesn't teach it the way your brain clicks with it. Math is easy when you can find somebody that explains it and where it just clicks in your brain and it becomes beautiful. I'm telling you guys, when I was in high school, I struggled with math. I would be like, after school, crying to my man, I don't get it. Like on the board, trying problem after problem. My teacher had so much patience, thank goodness. And and it didn't really click to me till I got to college. And I was in college and I was tutoring. I was helping other people, single moms, get through their math classes. And that's why I became a high school math teacher. It like changed my life. So I understand the frustration. Please believe me. Good. Okay, so now let's get this one. I'm going to go back up here to distributing property, okay? So remember, we break this down. We take this first term, okay? So we take this very first term here, x. Then we copy the green. And how many times are we going to copy the green down? Twice, okay? So I say x parenthesis, and I'm taking this whole green side, x minus 3. Okay. Then I take the second term. Okay. Negative 6. Do not feel dumb. There's nobody dumb. You just need to practice. It's okay. Nope. Don't let math make you feel like that. You are not. Nope. Okay. So here we have it. We have the x, which we drop down here. Then we take this and we write this. We take this second term, minus 6, and we write next to the minus 6, again, this green term, x minus 3. Then once you have the setup, you just distribute. Okay. So we're going to do, oh, you missed math. Oh, excellent. Thank you for the follows, you guys. So we're going to do x times x, which is x to the second power. Okay. Because there's two x's, x to the second. X times a negative 3. Remember, you just hold these. Okay. Somebody said, hold up. Okay, are you getting it? Oh, thank you for the rose. Thank you for the roses. I really appreciate it, you guys. Oh, I'm so happy math is your favorite subject. Yes. Okay, so now we have x times negative 3 is negative 3x. Okay. Thank you, twin, for the roses. Oh, thank you, you guys. So now let's go here. So can somebody put this in the comments? Can somebody distribute this for me? What's this times this and this times this? So let's distribute this negative 6 to these two terms. Thank you, Jackie, for the roses. What do you guys get? Okay, not 2 said negative 6x. Yes, so a negative 6 times the x is a negative 6x. Good. And I saw somebody say a negative 6 times a negative 3. That's a tongue twister, right? Negative times a negative gives us a positive. And then 6 times 3 is 18. Perfect. Great job, you guys. Yes, negative 6 plus 18. Excellent. Okay, now what do I do next? I have to do something. Can you guys tell me what to do next? Thank you, Lily. I have to combine something. Does anybody know what we can combine from here? What are the like terms? Thank you for the follows, you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Good. Nana said the negative 3x and the negative 6x. Perfect. Or I'm sorry if I'm saying your guys' names wrong. It's the chat. It goes by so quick, but I hope I said your name. So negative 3x minus 6 is a negative 9x. Perfect. And all we do is drop down the first. So we have x squared and drop down the last, plus 18. And this is our beautiful answer. Great job, you guys. Combine the x's. I love it. Great. All right. Let's do a couple of more, 3 more practicing, okay? So we're going to practice because what we're trying to get to is going from this back to here, okay? So that's what we're trying to get to, okay? So let's do this one. Which way do you guys, I think I'm going to just stick with, I'm going to show you guys the table method because some people might get this, the table method, okay? So, or some people call it the box method. So you make a box here, okay? And then you make another box on top like this, okay? And you break this in half and break this box in half. So what you write in here is these first 2 terms. So you put the 2x right here, and then I put the plus 1 down here, okay? Up here goes this binomial. So I put an x and a negative 2. And then if anybody remembers, you guys remember those old time multiplication charts? Like I like for my generation, that's like we had those multiplication charts and you go 1 times 1 and you see the number, 2 times 3, and you see the number. That's what we're basically doing with this box. We're multiplying, okay? So if we did 2x times x, okay? 2x times an x gives us 2. And how many x's do you have? X squared, okay? So it's 2x squared. Then we're going to go to this box. So we would do 2 times a negative 2, which would give us a negative 4x, okay? Because this one had an x. This doesn't, so we have 1x. Then we drop down here to get this box. We say x times 1 gives us 1x, okay? And you don't have to put the 1 there, but I put the 1 there for it to help people, okay? So if you just put x and you know it's always a 1, you don't have to put it. And then negative 2 times 1 going to get us this box. So negative 2 times 1 is a negative 2, okay? Now what you have to do is you have to take your inner 4 boxes. So these 4 boxes right here, and we write them out, okay? So we write them 2x squared minus 4x, okay? This is a positive 1x minus 2. Okay, and then what do? We are going to combine like terms. Yes, okay, you never learned it this way? Yes, sometimes the box method just works for people. It helps them. It connects to like when they did those multiplication charts, and it just goes for them. So good. Some people said negative 3. Good. Yes. So negative 4x plus 1 gives us a negative 3x. Drop down the negative 2, and then drop down the 2x squared. Perfect, you guys. Great, great, great. Thank you for the roses. And thank you for the follows, you guys. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you for the finger heart. Okay, so let's try this one. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, distributive property for some is way easier because you're not taking time to draw the box. But some people just don't see the distributive property. So if this box helps you, it takes 2 seconds. Right again. X plus 2. Okay. Okay, and then we just distribute. So here and here. Okay. So 3x times x is a 3x squared. I think I saw somebody saying they're studying for their GED. So I hope this is helping you. I hope you're understanding. Good luck when you take it. I hope you pass it and you get to go to your next dreams. Oh, somebody put that in the comment, the answer. 3x squared. Okay, let's see. Let's see if they're right. I think I saw 14 they had. So 3x times 2 gives us a plus 6x. Okay. And then we're going to go here and here. Okay. And 8 times x is plus 8x. And then 8 times 2 gives us plus 16. Perfect. We're almost done, you guys. We're almost done. Just remember to combine those like terms. Yes. So combine these like terms here. Okay. And then, so 6x plus 8x. So we're going to get 3x squared plus 14x plus 16. And this is our perfect answer. Good, 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 you guys. Yes, they are not equations. They are polynomials. Yep, you're correct. They are polynomials. An equation has to have an equal sign. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So these are quadratic equations, or another word for them is polynomials. Yep. Alrighty, so now let's check out this last one. Thank you for the ice cream cone. So which way would you guys say? Let's take a vote. Do you guys want to do it table, distributive, or FOIL method? What would you guys say? Okay, I see FOIL method. I will be doing trig tomorrow. So please come join me on live for trig tomorrow. Table, FOIL, FOIL. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of FOIL. Okay, so I think FOIL has won. So we're going to do FOIL for this last one. Okay, and then so for people, FOIL. If FOIL doesn't work for you, oh, thank you, Roxy. If FOIL does not work for you, I want you to get, if you are at home, get some paper, try to do the box and see if you come up with the same answer as us, okay? Will I do geometry? Yes, I will. I'll probably do that next week. I can do that next week on Wednesday if that's what a lot of people want. Oh, thank you, Isa. Thank you. Okay, so let's get it. So we go here and here, which is the first, okay? So we're going to do 2x times 2x. So first, look at it as 2 times 2 is 4. And then x to the, how many x's you got? 2. Okay. Then we're going to do our outers, which is here and here. Okay. So our outers. So 2x times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4x. Okay, because we have 1x. Then we're going to do our inners, which is right here, our inners. And we have 2x times 1 is plus 2x. And then our last, which is here. These are our last, okay? And then 2 times 1 is just going to be plus 2, all right? Oh, thank you for the roses, official. Thank you, thank you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to combine like terms in the middle, here. And, oh, I saw somebody put it in. Okay, so can you put it in again, please? Oh, thank you for the comment. The coolest live. 4x squared plus 6x. Good, yes. 4x squared plus 6x plus 2. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the beautiful comments and the roses, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, you guys. All right, now let's get into the fun stuff, right? let's get into factoring. Okay. So how I teach factoring, I teach factoring by doing the T method. Okay, so let me explain this to you. Oh, thank you guys so much for the gifts. I really appreciate it. And the follows. Thank you, you guys. So here, how I teach this is it's called the T method. Okay, and what you put on top of the T is always the C. Okay, or the last term. So you're gonna put 3 on there. And then I always tell my students, what are the factors or what times what gives you 3? It would be 1 and 3, okay? Because this is a prime number, so it's only 1 and 3. Now, I'm looking for a pair that adds up to my middle. So does 1 plus 3 get me 4? It does. So I know these are my factors. And since we just do 2 parentheses, okay? Since this is x squared, we put an x and an x. And then these are what we put here and here. So they are both positives because we only have plus. So we put plus 1, plus 3. And this is the factor form. Okay. So now let's try this one. Okay, let's try this one. Start off with your T. Remember, the number that's going to go on top of here is a 5, okay? It's a negative 5. So what times what gives us a negative 5? Well, 1 and 5 gives us just a 5, right? But we need a negative, okay? So this is where it starts to become a little bit tricky because I want a positive 4, but how can I make this a positive 4? Which one of these, if I'm adding them, has good? Suli said, excellent. This one has to be the negative. Now let's check that, okay? Good. I see you guys getting it. Good. So let's check it because I should be able to do negative 1 plus 5. So 5 minus 1 gives me 4. Perfect. That's my positive 4. These are my factors. Fantastic, you guys. So now, can somebody give me the factors of how it's supposed to be written down in the comments? Oh, thank you, Nicole. I'm glad you're loving it. Okay, so what I mean is we're looking good. So for your I said x minus 1. Perfect. That's the first one. So remember, you write your 2 parentheses, okay? And then for the x's, you put an x and an x always, okay? Because that's how you're going to get the x squared. And then you just write these next to it. So I write a negative 1 and this plus 5. And these are your factors. Thank you so much, Piggy. Good. Yes. Oh, be careful. Put that plus 5 there. Because remember, we don't want to put the 4. We're just getting the 4 by adding these to see if it gets us this. But the factors are always from your table, okay? That's what goes in here, okay? So I'm going to try this one. So let's try this one. You say you don't know how you pass school. You too, buddy. You know how you pass. You got through, okay? Okay, somebody already put x plus 2, x plus 6. All right, so let's see. So I'm going to list all my factors, okay? So what times what gives me 12? That's what I'm looking for. So I have 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, and I think that's it, okay? So again, remember, now you look at these to see which one can give you an 8. Good. Cassidy said 2 and 6. Thank you, Roxy. Okay, so Fawn is saying the diamond method. I usually only do the diamond method, Fawn, for like if you had a number in front of here. Then you would use the diamond method. Yes, for your eyes. Thank you for your eyes. So that's when you use it. So this is 2 and 6. So we're going to do 2 plus 6 and see what that gives us. That's 8. It checks. We get the middle. So remember how you write your factors. You write 2 parentheses. Always start with x and x. And then remember, these are positive. So you do plus 2 plus 6. And that is our perfect. Good. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Have I ever heard of the snowflake? No, I have not heard of the snowflake method. I would love to see it though. Thank you for the follows, you guys. So let's try this one. Okay, so good. Okay, so can some people try this one? Good, I'm glad it makes sense for you. So I'm gonna start with my T. What number goes up on top of here? Can somebody thank you, Mona. Can somebody tell me what I put up on top of here? Yes, pen is so comfortable. And I love like this. This is like my favorite pen, you guys. This and this kind. These are like my favorite. I'm like addicted to them. X minus 3, X minus 2. Okay, let's, good, a -6. Excellent, you guys. Perfect. And some people are already giving me my factors. So a -1 times 6 or 2 times 3, okay? 2 times 3. So now we have to be careful here. We want this to become a -1. Which pair of these can give us the -1? Good. Okay, somebody already put it in there. Let's see if you're right. -3 and 2. Perfect. So this would have to be negative. This would be positive. This pair works. So let me check it out. So 2 minus 3 gives me that -1, which I need to be here. So it checks. So again, write your two factors. You guys, good. You guys are getting it. Yes. And X minus 3. And that is your answer. All right. So where are you guys from? Where do we have people viewing from today? Thank you for the hearts, you guys. Seattle in the house, UK. Oh, awesome. Cali. Oh, Chicago. What up, Chicago? I'm in Wisconsin, you guys. Cali. So I was born and raised in San Francisco, San Jose. Okay. Yes. So I know about the northern part of Cali. Vegas. Oh, I love Vegas. Sacramento. Yes. So I went to Sacramento State University for my bachelor's. So South Africa. What? This is amazing. Alaska. Thank you, you guys. Wisconsin in the house. Thank you. Thank you. Trinidad. Okay. Oh, you guys are amazing. All right. So let's try these now. Okay. So again, we only want to use the T method when there's no number in front of here. Okay. So remember that. Else we will use a different method. Okay. And we'll probably do that later with the factoring when there's a number in front. Okay. So we're going to start with our T. I'm going to put my C up here, -14. Okay. And then let's get our Ethiopia, Florida, Canada, which I heard was like not far from me. Are you in Milwaukee? No, I am in Kenosha, New York. Oh, I want to go visit New York. I've been only on the West Coast and now I'm in the Midwest. I have to go visit the East Coast. So somebody said 7 and -2. Perfect. Okay, let's get these factors. So we have 1 and 14, 2 and 7. Good. And somebody said -2 and 7. So let's see if this checks. So 7 minus 2 gives us a 5. That's our middle. B, positive. It works. Perfect. Great, you guys. So now we're going to do X and X. Okay. Then I just drop this in there. So I have a -2 and a +7. Okay. And that is my answer. Okay. All right. Let's check out this one. Oh, I think this one, isn't this the same? Did we do that one? No, we didn't. Okay. Different 12. Well, we already got our factors, right? So let's do T. Okay. 12. So we have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, right? 2 times 6 and 3 and 4. Okay. Remember, this is a negative. So now we have to figure out how can we get a -1? Which pair will give me a -1? Good. Okay. So I saw somebody put this pair in there and they said the -4, that the 4 has to be negative. Let's always check it. So we're going to do 3 minus 4 and 3 minus 4 gives me a -1 and that checks. Perfect. Good, you guys. So now we're going to do our factors. Remember, always write those parentheses. X always goes here because of the x squared. And then we just copy this. So this is a positive 3, and this is a minus 4. And that checks. Good. I'm glad if you wanna, good. I'm glad it's helping you. Thank you so much for the follows, you guys, and the roses and the likes. Thank you. So now let's do this one, okay? So we have 4 up here. So we have 1 and 4, 2 and 2. Ooh, I think I messed up I think I wrote this down wrong. So x squared, let's make it so we can, because right now, so I want you guys to look. Right now, this is not factorable, okay? I mean, it is if we do the quadratic formula. Oh, you're lost? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me try to catch you up, okay? So we cannot do this because if we add any of these pairs, like, so if I add 1 plus 4, that's going to give me a 5. And if I add 2 plus 2, that's going to get me a 4. And I'm looking for something to give me a 2. So this is factorable. We can use the quadratic formula. But for this T method, we cannot do it, okay? So I'm going to change it into something that we can do with these factors. So let's say if I gave you, okay, so I'm going to just change it up a little bit. So if we did x squared minus, let me see, plus 3x plus 4. Okay, I'm sorry you're confused. I had to change it up, okay? So now let's look at this. Can we do this? Oh, no, I need to change this to a 5. Okay, so I'm changing this to a 5, you guys, okay? So now which pair can give me a 5? As we saw here, this would be the pair, okay? Because 1 plus 4 gives me 5. So I'm looking for what can add to get me my B. Okay, so if you just jumped in, we are doing factoring, okay? So how you factor is you do 2 parentheses, okay? You're going to always put your X here and your X here. Why you're doing that is because X times X gives us X squared, okay? Then then these are your factors, so you just do plus 1 and plus 4. And this is the factor to these, okay? So if you're a little lost, we did do, if you missed this, the multiplying, what we're basically doing is we're going from this back to here, okay? So we're starting from here, going backwards, okay? So if you're a little bit lost, it's okay. Don't feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel lost if you just came in, okay? So now let's go here, okay? This is called the T method. We always put our 35 on the top, or our C on the top, okay? So I'm going to put negative 35. Now what the T tells you is you have to list all the factors for 35. Yep, no problem, Mira. Yep. So now we're going to list all the factors. So we do 1 times 35. I don't even look at the negative yet. Just look at what are the factors. So 1 times 35, 5 times 7 gives us 35. Okay. And I think that's it. Okay. Now we want to look at which pair of these can add up to a 2. Okay. So which one do I have to make a negative? Because one of them has to be a negative because we have a plus and a negative. Good. So somebody said x plus 7 and x minus 5. Good. Okay. So they said minus 5 and plus 7. So let's check this to make sure it gives us a 2. So negative 5 plus 7 equals, so you could switch it. 7 minus 5 gives us that positive 2. This pair works. And then we just go straight to our factors. So remember, we write x and x. Why we're writing these is because we're getting x squared. And then we have the minus 5 and the positive 7. And these are our factors. Great job, you guys. Good. Oh, for geometry, I'll do proofs, okay? For the geometry, when I go live for geometry, we can get in some proofs. Yes, you might see this in 8th grade. Yep, you can see this in 8th grade. You can see this in Algebra 1, Algebra 2. Yep, you can see that. All right, so now, okay. So now this is how you would see it on the GED here, okay? So let's try this one. Let's do one more of these. When I do the Algebra 2 live, I will do logs, but logs are not on the GED test. So that's why I'm really just I'm helping people with the GED right now. So that's why I'm really just sticking with what's going to be on that test, okay? But if I'm on Algebra Live or Geometry, I will jump into that, okay, you guys? So come back tomorrow if you're doing trig, okay? Come back tomorrow. We're going live with trig tomorrow, okay, at 5 o'clock Central Time. So here we have 36 on top. And then we're going to ask ourselves, what times what gives us 36? So 1 times 36. What else? I would say 6 times 6. Okay. And then you could do 2 times, what is 36? 36 divided by 2 will give us 2 and 18. And then we could do 3, right? 36 divided by 3 gives us 3 and 12. Okay. So now remember, we're looking at which 2 pairs can give us a 12. So I already know I'm going to cross out this pair because 1 and 36 will never give me 12. 6 and 6 can give me 12. Okay. But how can I get a negative 12? Well, the only way I can get a negative 12 is if I do negative 6 minus 6. And that will give me a negative 12. So they both have to be negatives. They both have to be negatives. Because if one is positive, so let me explain why they both have to be. So if we write negative 6 plus 6, this goes to a 0. And then this would not be here. Okay, so I hope that helps explain why they both have to be negatives. Good, you guys. Yes, I see those in the comments. So now let's go to our 2 parentheses. We found our pair, and we always put X and X. And then we drop down the negative 6 and the negative 6. And that's our factors. Okay. Okay. All right. Now this is what you could actually see. Oh, thank you, Crown. Thank you so much for the heart. So this is what you can actually see on the GED. Okay. Because it's all going to be multiple choice, A, B, C, D, right? So it says, what are 2 solutions for the equation? Okay. So now remember, when you're taking the GED, okay, somebody said B. Okay, let's see if they're right. Okay, so some people are saying B. Remember, okay, I'm sorry you don't understand. Just keep on watching and hopefully it starts clicking. Or just keep on coming back, okay? Sometimes you need to see it a few times for it to click. So it's okay if you don't get it right now, okay? So for number 2, if this is a time test, I am not going to be doing all this, okay? Because my time is valuable. But what I am going to do, whenever they give you answers, you could just plug in. So I'm going to show you, like, if I was on a time test, okay, some people are saying A. So I'm seeing more A's than B's. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in this A, okay? So I'm going to plug in negative 4 into the X's. So I'm going to put negative 4 squared minus a negative 4, okay, equals 20. I'm hoping this side will equal this. If it does, I know A is my answer. So I'm going to do negative 4 squared minus, okay, so negative 4 times negative 4 is 16, okay? And then this is plus 4. 16 plus 4 gives me 20. It checks. Perfect. If this was a time test, I would circle A and go on. But let me just double check if 5 works, okay? Because 5 should work too. So this is 5 squared minus 5, okay? I'm hoping that it equals 20. So 5 times 5 is 25, okay? Then we minus 5. Well, 25 minus 5 is 20. It equals 20. This checks. A is my answer. Okay. Okay, so let me show you why B does not work. Okay, so for those who, because these were great guesses. Okay, because you saw the C, you saw that the C was 20. And then you have two options. You had a 50-50 chance. Okay, so now let me show you why B doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to go back to that old school factoring that we were practicing. Okay, so first off, whenever you factor, you have to make sure that your C is on the other side of the equation. So you would first have to minus 20 to both sides. Okay, that's the first step. So really this would be x squared minus x minus 20 equals to 0. Because whenever you're trying to factor, it has to equal 0. That's your very first step. Now we're going to do the t. And we're going to put the t right here, okay? Well, actually, no, that's too close. I'm going to put the t up here, okay? So can everybody see or no? Let me go over a little bit. Sorry if I'm off. So you guys can see the t up here now? So let's look at the t. So now we'll put the negative 20 up here. And then what times what gives me 20? Well, what times what gives me 20 is, let me see. So I would do 4 times 5, okay? I'm looking for it to be a -1. So I'm going to play around. Which one has to be? The bigger one has to be the minus. So let me check it. 4 minus 5 gives me -1. Checks. These are my factors. So I would do x, right? You write your 2 parentheses. And then you would say plus 4 minus 5. But be careful here. This is what I want people to understand. It's equal to 0. So when you do this, you have to say x plus 4 equals 0. And we have to solve this. So how do we get a positive 4 to the other side? The only way to get a positive 4 to the other side is to minus 4. So we would minus 4 minus 4. This cancels and we get x equals -4. That's why it is A. Okay, do the same thing with this. So we say x minus 5 equals 0. How do we get this -5 over here? Plus 5 plus 5. This cancels and we get x equals a +5. Okay, so A is our answer. This is why B is not correct, because we have it equal to 0 and you have to solve the equations. Okay, so I hope that it helped some people understand why B was not the correct answer. Okay. Oops, let me straighten out here. Okay. All right. Welcome in if you are coming in. Thank you for the follows, you guys, and the hearts. Okay, I'm doing it that way. It's just too much. I like the old. Yeah. See, this way is much easier when you just plug it in. If you like, this is like if you're on a time test, you can't take this long to be doing all this. So just plug in, check which one is correct, and then go from there. Okay. So let's look at number 3. For which of the following equations is x equals -4 a solution? So what that means is if I plug in -4 into one of these equations, it should equal 0. All right. Which one are you guys guessing? A, B, C, or D? Okay. Rose said A or D. Okay. Oh, say less. You're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. You're going back in August. It's been a while since you've been in school. Yes. So which one you guys want to guess if you had to guess? So I saw A or D. I do not do college. Oh, C. Somebody says C. I do not do college statistics, but I do high school statistics. Okay, a lot of people, I'm seeing more A's than anything else. So let's check A. So if I'm going to plug in, okay, or if I'm going to evaluate, I'm going to plug in for there. So I'm going to do 2 times, and I'm going to plug in a -4 for x, -4 squared minus 8 equals 0. Okay, I'm going to do this math to hope it comes out here. So -4 times a -4 is 16 minus 8. 2 times 16 would give us, well, 16 doubled is going to give us 32, I want to say. 16 plus 16 gives us 32, okay? And then 32 minus 8, we can already see that is never going to get us 0. So A is out, okay? Then you would go to the next one, okay? Somebody said D, so let's try what are you guys saying next? Okay, somebody's saying D, so let's plug in for D here. So I will put 2 times, I'm plugging in the -4 here, so I'm going to put -4 squared plus 2 times, okay, a -4 for the x minus 24. And I'm hoping all this will get me 0. So, of course, you guys are going to have a calculator, right, on the test. I'm going to show you guys, plug in this entire thing, okay? So we're going to plug in this entire thing on here. So we're going to do 2 parentheses, -4 squared, okay? So you hit the x squared, plus 2 times a -4 minus 24. This gave us 0. So you guys can all see, hopefully you guys can see, this side does come all the way to 0. 0 equals 0. D is our answer. And that's how I would do it on the test. Okay, so you would just plug in. And since D is true, that's your answer. Okay. Thank you for the follows and the hearts, you guys. Thank you, thank you. Let me see, how many likes are we at tonight? Woo, 61.2K. Thank you, thank you. And thank you guys for rocking with me. All right, so we got that. Now, oh, you're so welcome. No, don't say you would have failed again. No, don't speak that into existence. Speak you are going to pass, and you just need to study, and you are going to do it. Thank you, Allie, for the rose. All right, so let's jump in. Oh, thank you so much for the nice comments. So now let's jump into adding polynomials, okay? So adding polynomials, which is totally different than multiplying, okay? So adding. So when we're adding, we're looking for like terms. So I always like to highlight. So I have AB here. And I'm trying to see, do I have another AB? Right here, I have another AB, okay? Then I have a plus B by itself and another minus B, okay? Then I have these I have a negative C and a positive C. And then my last two terms are this plus 6 and this minus 6. So we're going to combine our colors. So remember, this is a 1 right here you could put. So a 1AB plus a 3AB, that gets me 4AB, okay? Then my oranges is 1B minus B. 1B minus B goes away. This cancels. 1C minus C, my green cancels. Plus 6 minus 6, 6 minus 6 goes to 0. So your answer is that. Good, Ran. Allie, good. Yes, that is it. All right, so let's try number 2. Okay, I want you guys to try number 2 for me. What do you guys think the answer is for number 2? Go ahead and put it in the comments. What do you guys think? Oh, thank you for the follows and the hearts, you guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, somebody said I got 2AB. Oh, up here. So remember, this is a positive 1 plus 3, okay? So 1 plus 3 gives us 4AB. Okay, so somebody said negative X. Thank you, Lily Bear. Okay, somebody got 0. Okay, a lot of people are getting zeros. All right, let's see if you guys are right. So I have this 1x squared minus x squared. Okay, so 1 minus 1, this cancels. Okay, now let's go to here. We have plus x1, so xy, And then we have a minus xy. So 1 minus 1, these cancel. Okay. And then we have this negative y and this plus y, okay? So you carry the signs with it. So a negative plus a 1, so 1 minus 1, these cancel out. And then, oh, you guys are on fire. This negative 3 and this positive 3, they cancel out. 3 minus 3. Our answer is 0. Great job, you guys. Great job. Affluent, can you? Yes, you can. So if you are looking for tutoring, you guys, oh yeah, you guys can't DM me unless you're following, huh? So you can, I'm gonna write this here. Okay, so let me write the right email. Impact Math, okay, 19 at gmail.com, okay? And my name is Evelyn, by the way, you guys. So my name is Evelyn, Mrs. Taylor to my students. And so if you're looking for tutoring, you can go to impactmath19 at gmail.com, and then we can connect there, okay? So now let's look at number 3. Let's look at number 3. So somebody said the purpose of this is to help people pass the GED. The GED is for people that are trying to graduate from high school. Oh, you are welcome, Miss. Thank you, thank you. So that's why I'm doing this, because some people have to pass, I think it's like 6 or 5 tests. Oh, you're welcome, Stacy. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, you guys. So yeah, some people are trying to get their high school diploma, okay? And they're taking it by taking tests. So that's why I'm doing this, in case some people are struggling with the math part. So if you know anybody that has been struggling, please spread the word. I go live for the GED on Sunday nights and Tuesdays. Okay, I mean, not Tuesdays. Yeah, Tuesdays today. So yeah, on Sundays and Tuesdays for the GED. Okay, and it's for people to get their high school diploma. Okay. Oh, thank you, Norm. So now let's check out this one, you guys. I did enough talking, right? So we have p to the 6, and then this plus 2p to the 6. And then we have this positive p to the 5th and this negative p to the 5th. Mm-hmm. And then we have this plus 1 p to the squared, and then this plus 3 over here, okay? And then our last but not least is negative p squared, and this, oh, hold up, did I make a mistake? This negative p squared, but I almost made a mistake. That's something different. This is a q, okay? So we're just gonna leave that one out because I ran out of highlighters. So let's combine our p to the 6, okay? Yes, I do help with algebra. Okay, see what? And I just got your, okay, I will get back to you guys. So please email me. Yep, thank you. I just got your email. Thank you. So we're going to do 1 plus 2. Okay, so 1 plus 2 is 3p to the 6. And yes, I do algebra. That's what I'm teaching currently, Algebra 1 and geometry. Okay. And then we're going to do here 1p to the 5th minus 1p. These cancel. So 1 minus 1, those cancel out. And remember, you guys, put a 1 here if that helps you. So 1pq plus 3pq gives us plus a 4pq. Okay. So now we're done with our reds. Then we have this oddball here, which is a negative p squared. Okay. And then we have this negative q squared. And this is our final answer. Okay. Yes, I can do exponents. I love exponents. Yes, I can. I'll write that down. Exponents. We can do that in because they do have that on the GED. So we could do exponents on Sunday, you guys, okay? Alrighty, so this is where I have to call it an end because I have to go get my kids. But thank you for rocking out with me, you guys. I really appreciate it. Can you go over parabolas? Yes, I can. Okay, I'll write that down. Parabolas. I'll have to do, like, are you talking about graphing them? What are you talking about? Are you talking about parabolas graphing them? Or what? Can we do a recap? Yes, we can do a recap. Yep, I do other subjects. Yes. Okay, so for this live, let's do a recap real quick. Okay. So for this live, we did, let's go back here. Okay, so we started with evaluating. Okay, and remember, evaluating means we just plugged in. So they gave us some crazy expression, and we plugged in the numbers that they gave us, and we did order of operations, PEMDAS, and we got our answers, okay? So we practiced those, evaluating. Then we did multiplying, okay? And we did multiplying with the FOIL method, which is right here, okay? First, outer, inner, and last, okay? Then we did it the distributive property way, okay? So we did the distributive property here. And then on this page, we did the box method or table method, okay? So we showed 3 different ways on how to multiply. Then we practiced some factoring. So remember, multiplying binomials is getting the trinomial. We went from trinomials back to binomials, okay? So this is what's called factoring. And we only did the factoring where it was 1 here, no number here, okay? We'll do that next time where it gets a little bit harder. And remember, we did the T method, okay? So I call this a T method, okay? And so we did that, we practiced that. We actually did 2 problems where we had to evaluate like it would be on the GED test, okay? So we just guessed some numbers. And then we did adding polynomials tonight. Okay, so we did some adding polynomials. Okay, so no, I do not have a YouTube channel yet, but I am working on it because people have been asking. Yes, I am working on it. So hopefully this summer I can hit it hard with some videos for you guys, and then you guys can go follow me on YouTube, hopefully. So that's what we did tonight, okay? And so next time, what we can do is we can do systems. Okay, I have some systems of equations. Okay, and we have scientific notation. That's also, we have slopes. Oh, this is what we did the time before. So we have slopes of lines. We actually have writing equations that we're going to cover. And I have also subtracting polynomials. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next time. Yes, I do, Monique. That's my middle name. Yes, I do. And so tomorrow, you guys, trig is tomorrow. Oh, you're in 7th grade. I hope you got something out of it. Hope you were doing this. Yep, we're going to hit. So for trig, we're going to do Pythagorean theorem, sine, cosine, tangent. All the other ones, their inverses and all that. So stay tuned. Join me tomorrow at 5 o'clock Central Time. Alrighty, you guys, here is my email. If you are looking for tutoring or want to jump into some groups, okay? Sundays, I have my kids. So I don't want to say a time because if my little one is like going crazy, it just fluctuates on Sundays. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it's always at 5 Central Time. Oh, thank you, Stacy. And then some of you guys joined me on Sunday, heard my little man singing to you guys. So, alrighty, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, you guys.